Prepared to work together with you to bring you out of that situation. Done preaching.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it.
So any comment you would like to make based on what he said?
Well, it's been almost 20 years and I feel that the government could have made a greater effort to alleviate poverty. But it seems that selfishness and lust after power are two things that the people at the top just can't let go of.
Don't you think those people at the top are under the spell of cooperation, European cooperation and the rich? Because how do you explain
the spell of their own lust?
No, but how do you explain a small few owning all, just like during oppression, and then they found hard to distribute what was stolen from Africans for the land or to nationalize? That's something easy. Now, the ANC Youth League under President Malema is pushing for land to be mine to be nationalized, land to be taken back. We fought expropriation because it was stolen land. That's fact. Now, the whole media is which shape people's behavior and perception, because people get information from the media, is painting the whole that justice-driven process that President Malema is trying to push as something evil, and they paint everything he says which is correct as evil. I mean, you can't expect people you've hurt, that you're still hurting even when you don't see it, to have a nice way to communicate or speak to you, because the pain is there. They see they see some people spending 14,000 rent just to sleep in Sun City, Lost City, right? While other people can't even afford to with whose money. So I believe if you guys really care about justice, you have to talk to your people in the media to refuse white supremacy. Accept that time of aura is over. It's now time we share the wealth, the everything. I say share equally. You can't be 10% and own 80% or even 30%. 10% you own 10%, 80% own 80%. That's logic and justice. But one thing is true. I know, based on my observation, that one in your community, the people running it won't accept. So there will always be a thing. That's why Africa is a mess. I don't believe Africa is a mess because Africa is incompetent or inferior or can't do it. It's because Europe continued to destabilize and maintain Africa under grip. We've seen how France went to bomb Ivory Coast. We see how Britain has even had a session in the parliament to speak about military invasions. We see how they're bombing everywhere in the world, threatening, dictating their will in North Korea, Iran, Venezuela, anywhere you name, they're there. Those are US and EU nations. It means they haven't given up on the centuries-old culture of terror in the world that we have to expose. Because if we don't, if they don't mind the European business there and let African mind African business, Asian mind Asian business, there will always be conflict and people die for nothing. And we
also saw that in Libya where Gaddafi killed.
But wasn't that the people rising up? It's like it's what's happening.
But in Egypt, people were rising up. People, Mubarak killed a lot of people. Why didn't the United States go bomb there? Because Mubarak was with them. They went to bomb. And as an African, I don't trust what European media say. Not a little bit. Because I grew up being told that we were inferior. You understand? And then I know those media were never reformed, which means they still have the same agenda. So therefore, I'm not sure that Gaddafi was killing his people. Gaddafi has been protecting his nation from racist imperialists for centuries. I mean, for not centuries, for years, 42 years, I will say. Almost half a century. 42 years he's been protecting his people from. That's why they went to bomb him and they killed him. Gaddafi being killed is the United States and Europe. You saw the ANC, the heroic ANC Youth League, wearing a t-shirt with President Gaddafi, honoring him for what he did. But anyway, Africans and Europeans definitely have different interests, but European nations and corporations are trying dictate our behavior by making us look at our own leaders as bad. Because a lot of people on the street gonna say Malema is bad.
Because Malema is telling the truth.
Because
so
he's saying
the
the
problem
truth.
is that when you tell the truth,
his
they
actions,
think that
do
you are
his
not
actions-
good.
His actions are in line with
Building a 60 million rand house, building a 60 million rand house for himself. Is that justice? Is that fighting for the rights of
I didn't
people?
get you.
The poor people.
Anybody, yeah.
How many poor people could he have built houses for?
Those allegations of building houses.
Don't look at Julius Malema. How many white men who's got more than that house?
House, yeah.
Why can't you go and take the
don't know.
cameras and take the news? I can tell you.
Yeah,
go
but
to
personally,
listen.
my
Go
family,
to
yeah,
what you call go to Hill Fox
Yeah.
on the mountain.
Yeah.
And check all these white people are staying there.
that's
And
true.
why Malema have worked for it?
Yeah.
You know, if I put you there, I don't expect you to be in the server with me to the same level.
The
Malema has nothing have
yeah.
done wrong.
Right.
He just spoke for the people.
The allegation about his house are brought to tarnish
Exactly.
image, to make it look like a corrupt man who's just trying to get more money. This is how they destroy our leaders, those who are trying to get our people out of poverty. And then those acts, for us who see, a few of us who see, make us very angry and look at the people behind those allegations as enemies. Because you can't want to destroy every... History tells us that there is no time in history where any African leaders that stood for his people have been called a hero by European media. He's always a tyrant. President Mandela was called a terrorist. Even the United States listed him as a terrorist until 2 years back. So tell me in whose, and today they are praising him because they're trying to maintain the order here, like to benefit the European people. That's the only reason they're praising him. Because if you say you're gonna share the land equally, like Malema is saying, they call you a despot. CNN, BBC, all over the world. So we're trying to say, please, these people behind who have power, to the European people who have power to dictate behavior, must stop the terror, because it won't.